All right, we are recording. So this is a pretty sweet deal. No, that's not quite my paladin right there. That's gone. But I am 41. I hit past 40. I got a new mount. I can now wear plate armor. And it's pretty exciting. And I'm starting off the video with that typical thing that I love doing because you can't do this in Classic. And that is fly in Azeroth. So it's always that thing where, you know, if you're playing retail, naturally you can do this, but the world is not quite the same. I got this little thing here, too, that's kind of odd. Haven't been able to get rid of that objectives thing. You can kind of go here and untrack it, but magically it wants to keep retracking, and it's a little bit odd because, well, I don't really want to block the screen. I kind of want to enjoy it, but just take my word for it. If you go to interface and then display, you can turn off tracking new quests as you gather them. However, for whatever unknown reason, and I looked at Zygor, I looked at Questy and all that shit, I just haven't been able to have it stop doing that. It's a little bit of an OCD thing because it shouldn't really matter. But whatever, just like this request to stop is here out of nowhere. But I think that has to do with me having customized my UI for the first time in WoW's history. I've never done that before. I think it's with Bartender. Well, there you go. There, just fixed it. Boom. So I can move that out of the way. The objectives one, I don't think you can move it. But not really a big deal. Again. I'm really excited now that I got the mount, like I said, with the talent points inside of Retribution. At 15% extra speed, so I'm going from 75 to 115. It's a nice jump in speed. It feels really good. And it makes traversing the landscape no longer an issue. The blessing of kings. See, look at that shit. Look at that. There's a little bit of that golden hue there. I was talking to my friend, and he was like, oh, I never really noticed it before. Well, Piorum, this one's for you. Right there. That's that gold dust, holy smoke, whatever you want to call it. A little shimmer. And I also have this from the digital version of Classic. And this one scales to your speed. So if you've got the 60%, it'll be 60. If you got 100, it'll be 100. This one I like because if you listen and I shut my yapper for a moment, it's fairly quiet. This one, like, you can really hear it. The Deadwind Passage. Very gothic-y, Halloween-y. They have been dangling from that tree for nearly 2 decades. I'm surprised other limbs haven't fallen off yet. Oh boy. Yeah, it just feels so good. And it means that for running around again for what I want to do, I don't want good gear. I just want max level, my armor to match. I don't even care if it's 5 to 7 levels behind. I just want to roam around, mainly Azeroth and Burning Crusades, and just buff and heal. Oh, did that hurt? Boom. Redemption. You know, it's pretty sweet. It's a lot of fun when that's all you want to do. I'll probably do the PvP and run Alterac Valley, assuming I stick with the game. But I just thought I'd do this nice little adventure from Stormwind to the Swamp of Sorrow. The amount of times I've done this quest. Oh, and before I started, so the speck of Dream Dust, that quest that I got, because I follow the guide, Dream Dust in the Swamp. I want to share this with you quickly before we get into it. God, that leaf looks ugly, eh? Up close. It's like, oof. So check this out. I was supposed to right here in Booty Bay, so I'm right here, by the way. Like right here. Actually, I can hide Questy for a moment. So I'm right over here. There was a quest I was supposed to grab here. But I didn't have it because I had to go to the bank. I had to zoom out. I'm over here. Went there. Had to come all the way back here to the bank. Go to Tanaris. Go into Thousand Needles, into the Shimmering Flax. Go back here. Turn in a quest. Run to the NPC there. Grab it. Hand in the letter. Come back. Grab it. Zoom out. And then from... where was I? Sorry. Then I had to go back from Thousand Needles here. Yeah, that's where it is. Here. And I went to... sorry, from here to there. To Ratchet. And then I took the boat back over to Booty Bay. Then I finally got the quest. Holy shish kebab. And now I'm able to come here. And that's all because of just one little measly quest that didn't quite line up with the guide. And that can happen. That can sometimes happen. So again, we are fairly decked out. These guys can drop a green whelp pet. And normally every time I come here throughout all the years, it doesn't matter what it is. Yeah, now's not time to skin. I remember getting the emerald whelp pet. There's always people here either questing or farming it. Not so much in the last several years farming these. They generally are on the quest. But it's just to show that it's frustrating because the respawn rate is actually really low. And I'm kind of wasting time skinning them because... I mean, what level am I at? I'm already at 274 skinning. These guys aren't really gonna level up my skinning. But look at that. One shot. Bam! Took off half his health. We're gonna exorcism this one. Half his health gone. But because they're casters, what are you noticing? That I can't group them up together to drop them with the consecration land. So they can actually be quite dangerous if you pull too many of them. Like, I didn't have to do that, but I think the lesson learned is try not to pull more than 2 at a time. They go down fast, but I'm looking like I'm gonna drop too, so don't want to die to these little bastards here. But I want to try and kill them as fast as possible because I don't want anybody else coming here. Wow. That was quite the smack. This might be a really short video. I just kind of wanted to show my new mount, the speed, the fact that I've got plate armor on most of my armor because it starts at 40. There's no plate armor under 40, and that's always been the case, so I think. And yeah, so there was a couple of pieces that I was missing. Yeah, pants and belt and boots. Pants, belt, boot. I was unable to find plate for that. It's not a night and day difference on just a couple of pieces. Yeah, so I don't know if you remember this area for anybody who's watching this. Swamp of Sorrows again, Stonard for the Horde. For the Horde? Right. Oh, right, because Alliance... I mean, there's a neutral one up here, but for an actual Alliance down, it's actually in the Blasted Lands right here that we have a spot right here at Netherguard Keep, and then there's the Dark Portal to Burning Crusade Sam, like right there. So if you want, that's sort of like our town because they don't have one here. And then the Tainted Scar, like nobody ever goes there. I think I've had like one quest there in 18 years after leveling 20-something characters. It's very rare that you ever have to go there. It's kind of a useless area. Yeah, Blasted Lands is not a place I like. Or any of those other ones there. What's the other ones that I hate with a passion? The whole, oh my goodness, I'm so out of it. Burning Steps. And Searing Gorge. I mean, Searing Gorge is a fucking dump. But I like Searing Gorge more than Burning Steps. For some reason. Steeps, steps, whatever. Potato, potato. I don't care. But if I had to pick... Oh yeah, definitely like that one more. They're just too, like, grim looking for my liking. Oh, just in the nick of time, and you got, like, one-shotted. I felt like a shaman there for a moment. Might hop on my shaman for a moment, actually, after, but we'll see at the end of the video. This is more to showcase how long it may take, one, to do this quest. Just one simple, measly little quest. You get to see how long it would take to travel from your main town. And now that, see? Now that we're practically are out of whelps. Ooh, exorcism right before I got splashed with a bunch of acid. And that's it. That's the little area. There is nowhere else. Oh, I was like, where's the questy? Really? What? I can get them from those guys too? And he was flagged for PvP, so that flagged me to buff him. But whatever. Okay, sorry, let me read this again. Brain tendons is gathered from dragon whelps. Well, this is a video. This is a little adventure. Do we want to see if we can get them from over there? Because it's going to be a while before they respawn. I'm telling you, doing this quest, by the way, is actually one of the slowest quests ever. Unless they fixed the drop rate in Wrath of the Lich King, in what people will call vanilla or pre-BC, when there was nothing, just the base game. It was horrendous. This was probably one of the absolute worst quests ever. Just because of how time-consuming it was to wait for the spawn. Like, it's absolutely atrocious. But the fact that we got one to spawn back already, I don't know. Maybe we'll go on a little adventure. Hold shift. Green scale, but you know what? You know what? We're gonna do it. It's part of the video. It's part of the action. Let's debunk the fake news. Let's see if the Dragonkin, in fact, drop them like it's hot. I'll find out real quick. Because they are a Dragonkin-like, but the quest again seems to imply from dragon whelps. And I think they're considered humanoid, but they're... Let's just go find them. For a moment, I was like, oh, let's run in there for a moment. But yeah, no, I'm not Horde. And they're question mark, so they'll whoop my ass pretty hard. See? There's already one after me. It's after me. Shit. So much anger. I don't think Questie's ever wrong. Questie could be right on the money. I've been waiting all day to say that rhyme. See? It's a wormkin thing. And if this ends up being true, because it's Questie, it's an add-on. It's prone to errors. World of Warcraft quest names would be very unlikely to botch their own quest, so we'll see here. It's not 100% drop rate. So far, nothing. But I won't give up. Because I'm a survivor. No? Okay. We'll pretend like that didn't happen. And there she is. Ladies and gentlemen, the specks of dream dust do in fact drop from the wormkin. Did they? Yeah, speck of dream dust. I thought I already had... Oh, right. Okay, now it's updated to 6. I was like, what? So that's pretty fucking cool, because there's a shit ton of these guys. Nobody's farming these guys. Ooh. Really? 44. It's a pretty big whopper. He's dropping pretty fast. Or at least it looked like he was. Where's the wings of retribution or whatever it's called? Do I even have that skill? Whatever. Avenger's Wrath or something. I don't think I've unlocked it yet. Well. Don't really care. I'm going to run around here. I mean, these guys are a lot higher. The 44, the 43s. That whole... bang for your buck, for the lack of a better term. It's not like a higher level creature is going to give you a better chance of it dropping. And it takes longer, so it's a waste of time. But waiting for those little whelplings. See, they're dragonkin. So when you look at that quest, bring 10 specks of dream dust. They're gathered from dragon whelps. In the Swamp of Sorrows, dragon whelps. These are technically not a dragon whelp. They're a dragonkin. They're not a whelp. I just feel like in that instance, Blizzard should have been a little wee bit more descriptive with that quest. By the way, this is another reason why Questy is an invaluable tool. Absolutely insane. I mean, Zygor Guide is as good as it gets. But you need that Questy, man. It is an absolute holy grail for World of Warcraft. So, I mean, so far we've only gotten one, but at least we know they drop. Yeah, maybe I'll finish this and then I'll end the video. Don't always want to make a really long video. It is possible that the whelps drop them maybe a little wee bit more frequently. Because right now, if we're looking at that ratio, it's not looking all that good, is it? Not looking all that sweet. But I figure for the sake of the video, showcasing the game, which is a lot of what this is all about, I figure that green scale bit. Yeah, I feel like those ones don't really drop them. Oh, that's an elder. Ooh. I was gonna say he looks less threatening. Oh shit, can't even hit him. Can't even see my character. I'm like, my head's barely above water. I'm about to drown. How can my consecrate fire area miss? And there it is. There's another one. Whoops. I do want to go for some of the... I was going to say cheaper ones. Not really the word I'm looking for. For the lower leveled ones. And it could be because when you're doing this quest, you're supposed to be... Sorry, I had an itch there. 38 to 39. Yeah, they may just think that that's just too high of a level, so that's why maybe the guide doesn't tell you that, because Yeah, see? They look like blah, blah, blah. There's not enough whelps here to complete the quest without waiting for respawns. Even he doesn't mention that you can just go to these guys and whoop some ass. Come, get some! These are cheap little dreamwalkers. Hardly a threat. Oh, I missed my exorcism. Seems kind of creepy to skin them, because they almost come to me across as like a humanoid. Yeah, let's run around the water. I mean, by now, potentially those whelps have probably respawned. Not too sure I want to go back there, but where would we need to go after? We would... Oh, see? After that, he wants it... Oh, I might as well go and grab that quest, because that's the next step we got to do, and then we might as well check for the last two. Yeah, so that makes sense to me. Because there's nothing... There's no flight path up here. I thought there was for some reason. And to me, there should be. This is like a perfect area to have an Alliance flight path, but we don't have one. I also took down the clutter density, which unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, also does the come get some, bitch. 115 mount. I mean, it says 100, but in my skills, it's 115. See, that one, it flagged me for PvP. Because it's an actual town, so you're showing aggression just by being in the vicinity. The other day, I mentioned if you have some aggro from some hostile NPCs, it won't flag you as long as you don't hit them back. But in a town, you will aggro and flag yourself. Yeah, see? Exactly. So we might as well have just grabbed this all in the beginning here, because there we go. Because we could have been killing them. Like, it's weird that the guy doesn't say, yeah, look at this. Because there's a few of these that show up. But for whatever reason, the guy just wanted you to stay on task. Plus, they're not perfect either, right? It's not like they know 100% the best thing to do. But for the most part, Zygor and another one I forget the name of. Very impressive. Especially considering the other one I think is free. Zygor you're supposed to pay for. Notice how it said you're supposed to. Because some people don't necessarily feel they should be paying for it. See? I could have been adding to my other quest had we just grabbed it, because it's like right around the corner. Oh, notice how it's tracking? So worst I can do is do that. And then with my bartender. Ooh. Really? Wow, even with bartender I can't move it. That's pretty powerful. Bartender can't move. I mean, it's an OCD thing. I don't want to see that. So what do? You click on it, click, you untrack it. It's pain in the ass. It didn't happen before I updated a couple of add-ons. I think it's a glitch. Because if we go here, interface, display, right here, automatic quest tracking, automatically track quests as soon as you obtain them and after achieving an objective. But I have that off, so this might be a thing where you delete the cache, blah, 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 I don't know. So some of the enemies I was killing were 45. These are 36, 34, up to like almost 11 levels different. So that could be maybe why they just don't even bother mentioning that you can use. Let me check something really quick here. I was scared for a moment. I thought I had it on my console because I did earlier. That's hilarious. I would have been so angry this whole time I was recording. My PS5 home screen would have been like a podcast. That would have been awful. Yeah, to be honest, I think we kind of got a good gist of what this area looks like. I know I keep doing this, but I want to see. How long have I been recording? Oh my god. It's already 25 minutes. That's like a South Park episode. Right? Like those 30-minute shows with the commercials, you get about 22 minutes of actual action. Here, you got a full 25 minutes of action. I was going to say with no commercials, but I'm monetized on YouTube, so there's going to be a couple of commercials. Hopefully only one or two, and you can skip them anyways. Yeah, so I'm going to end it here. So if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. You didn't like it, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, snap it off in your ass, and I'll feed it to one of these swamp jaguars. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally, that would be great. I want to see, maybe by a miracle, I just hit 25K. Took me 4 years to get here. Maybe by my birthday, Halloween-ish, around that time, when I hit the 5-year mark. How many do I usually go? Just bear with me here for a moment. Just for a moment. Let's say I do 450. What are we now? January. So 9 months from now. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, October. So yeah, multiplied by 9. Another 4,000 subscribers I'm estimated to get. So that would bring me to 29,000. Let's see if I can hit the full 30K by Halloween. 30K by Halloween, or even by like the end of September. Like when the next NHL comes out or whatever. Around that time. I'm hoping to be at least there. I mean, I'd prefer to be at 40,000, but my channel has been steadily, consistently growing at the same rate for the entire 4 years I've been on YouTube. So that's unlikely to change just out of nowhere unless I start doing something completely hog wild, which I don't want to do, because then that can lead to getting banned. You know what I mean? Like, it tends to be like controversial people get more views and stuff, but I don't want to do that. But I'll see if I can do something slightly different. Kind of get me up there in a couple of 100,000 subscriber range. Because at the rate I'm going at, I'm very unlikely to ever break past 50K in this lifetime. Very unlikely I'm ever going to break past 50,000 subscribers. It would take me about another 4 years. I'm 44. I'd be pushing 50 fucking years old. Who knows where YouTube's going to be? Like, you know what I mean? Anyways, enough rambling. Take care. Happy New Year. Maybe. If I'm lucky, I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.